Okay, right, so we've got the flour that I've left out here for the sourdough mix. I've left it out for about 2 days now, 2.5 days. So it's and stirring it all the way. So it would have got some of the yeast that's in the air within it. So I'm going to put that into there, which is roughly 1.5 cups of this. And then I'm going to add half a cup of water. One teaspoon of sugar. Give it a stir. This is going to create a wet batter or wet dough. Might need to add a little bit more water. Yeah, slightly more. I'm going to show you what it looks like afterwards. Yeah, that's right. Like that. Yeah. So it's quite a runny batter now. This will start to bubble, hopefully, in the next 24 hours if there's some natural yeast within it. Let it settle for a bit though before, because what happens, it bubbles anyway with because you've been stirring it and stuff. But you want the proper little bubbles, like as if it was real yeast in it, and see how that goes. So I'll take a little photograph of it, add that to the end of the video, and then continue with hopefully with the bubbling processes and show you that, and then making the pizza afterwards, the sourdough pizza. So I've added the extra flour, it's self-raising flour, to the mixture. So just going to wait to see if that bubbles again, and I'll know it's working. And the good thing about this, if you're using a wet dough, there's no kneading process involved. So you just create the dough, and then eventually when you're making the pizza, you just pour it out, add some dry flour on top, and then squash it down to the shape. I'll show you how to do that later. Right, so this is day 4, so I've had like 2.5 days of basically leaving the flour out to get the yeast. Then I've had another day and a half waiting for it to start bubbling, and there it is. So it's worked. So that's proper sourdough, yeast from the air, and it's 4 days, but it got there. It's not guaranteed. But when it works, it can be really tasty. So where I am, it's fine. I've made it abroad a couple of times near the sea. It's not come out great, and but supposedly the best place though is San Francisco. So I've not tried that yet, but that's what everyone says. San Francisco sourdough. All right, I'll next video or next part I'll start making the pizza. I'll put this in the fridge for now to stop the process going on, and that's it. I've got my sourdough mix in there, so I'm going to be using that in a few hours. I've just added some sugar into it, so it's so basically just keep feeding the actual sourdough, otherwise it'll die. You can actually keep a bit of this sourdough back into a little container, put it in your fridge, and then feed it every couple of days at least. And when you want to have a little starter, as in a starter yeast, just add a bit of the sourdough that you got in the fridge into the flour and water mix, and then you got sourdough within a day or so instead of waiting all those days. I like to start from scratch, for various reasons. But there you go, it's done. So we're gonna add a bit of flour to this, and that's it. I'll be making the pizza very soon. There's a couple of things about the base actually I might as well add. So there's I'm vegan mostly, and I'll say vegan mostly because I have honey, so whatever that is. But basically what I do is I got vegan mayonnaise. I add some garlic granules to it. Put that down on the actual base that I'm going to be cooking with, and then put the pizza base on top, and then it basically what happens is the bottom of the base fries, producing a very nice base. Or sometimes if you add brown sugar, the hard brown sugar, to the base mix just before cooking, you end up with a very nice flavoured base as well. The brown sugar dissolves, but it's still detectable right in the bottom layer, so it's lovely. Okay, a couple of little things there. Making the pizza soon. Right, so I've instead of using oil for the pizza, I've used tomato sauce, and then all I'm going to do is pour out the sourdough onto it. Carefully, come on, it's coming. Here it comes. Right, so what I'm going to do with that, get a bit of extra flour, spread it out evenly, and put the toppings on. Right, there we go, so char grilled veggies, some tomatoes, char grilled peppers, olives, and the sourdough mix that I prepared before. And then what I've done is put little dollops of tomato sauce as well on it. Right, that's going to the oven at 225 degrees. I'm doing it now. So here we go. See you later. Cooking time, by the way, is roughly 15 to 18 minutes. But depending on the thickness and the quantity of the pizza, it could take as little as like 10 minutes. But I think this one here, I'm going to go for about 18 minutes. And this is the sourdough pizza completed. So roughly 18 minutes in the oven to complete it.